In addition to the regression technique of demand estimation, we have non-regression techniques of demand estimation as well. And in this video, we will learn about two of them. Before we go ahead, it is just a reminder that you can subscribe and learn more and get more ideas about research, quantitative tools, and others. So it's better to subscribe and like if you actually like it. That will be beneficial for both of us. So now let's get to this, and it's about the observational studies, the first type. As the name goes, it is about the observation, and the observation is going to serve as a vehicle of information. And what we can do is we can watch the people, that what they are buying and what they are not buying. This can give us something which is infallible. It is free of any statistical jargon or impression. And it is one of the most basic and oldest ways to directly assess the market demand, and it is without much of the complications of quantitative sciences. So this is the basics of the observational studies. But the thing is that due to the expansion of the markets, due to this globalization that has happened, the markets, they have expanded. Now we have international markets that the businesses explore. And due to the increasing variety of products like mobiles and clothing, they have quite a bit of rate of growth in their variety. So these things, as well as the consumers, they have changing tastes, because change is the spice of life. People want to change their tastes and preferences in order to benefit more, because they live in a world with greater variety. These phenomena has basically made it slightly difficult for this observational studies to be efficient. So this is a challenge that has brought down the efficiency of the observational studies. It is about directly inquiring, so it allows us to conduct the market research with a wide variety, because we can observe people. Observation by using modern tools like cameras or scanners, they can help us to gather quite a bit of information. In this process, the research methodology that we use is a sample of the consumers, where we can use the direct answering of the emails, phone surveys, we can call them. And there are also ways of market interviews. There are focus groups in which demographically similar people are interviewed, and if there are panel or case studies in which we focus on one group of individuals in depth, and if consumer seminars are held, clinics where they are given a certain environment in which they are shown the products that they use in their daily lives, so that they give their opinion about their demand. And the laboratory and experimental environment in which we do the experiments, just like we do in laboratories, because this experimental economics is a growing economics dimension, where we subject them to certain experimental environment, and we can probe their demand patterns. So these are rigorous ways of collecting the information, and they are not just only observation, rather they are full-fledged methods in which some research methodology is used to collect the information in addition to the observation that we do. Still, they have their shortcomings, because when we get the answers from the consumers, they are reliable to what extent? This is a question in our minds, because most of the consumers, they cannot and sometimes they would not provide accurate answers, because they have some incentives not to provide the accurate answer. Sometimes they are unable to, because in real sense they are incapable. Let us see how. Primarily the data at times is hypothetical, because they are in some laboratory setting or some sort of consumer clinic, so this can avoid the real flavor of the data. When we are asking about their experiences, they're based upon memory, and memory can be flawed. So sometimes the memory can create some flaws in the responses that they are giving us. Subjectivity can also be there, because they might think of more acceptable answers rather than the true answers, because sometimes the true answers are not the most suitable answers that they would like to give. They would like to conceal information. So store scanners, they are extensively used to gather accurate information these days, and they are effective because their information is reliable, and that information can be used to come up with a better demand functions. These are valuable information because whole scheme of the estimation of the consumer demand can be done, because it will be precise and wholesome information regarding what people have bought at what prices. Similar to that is another type of the assessment of consumer demand without using regression. It is about micro marketing and virtual shopping. Micro marketing, as the name goes, it is about marketing at the smallest level, and the smallest level is usually the individual consumer, or it can be a group of consumers, or it can be some stores. It is one of the latest trends, and it is narrowing down the focus on these smaller units of analysis. Information, it is sometimes available with the senses, or the shop scanners can be used, and marketing research can also be used to collect the information for micro marketing. For example, the demographics of the consumers, such as income, age, gender, family size, hobbies, interests, number of children, and number of pets, all these particulars can be found by using shop scanners or any other mode of information collection. And when we have the information of such traits or features of the consumers, we can develop a marketing strategy for a certain population of consumer by considering or starting from the micro level, that is the individual consumers. Banking industry successfully, as well as the financial services and the insurance companies, they have successfully used it one-on-one marketing, so that they could provide their services that fit to the needs of the individual consumers, because their clients can be different in terms of their needs. So one-on-one marketing is suitable for them. Dell is also one of those IT companies that have helped to develop this trend of customizing at individual level the orders that are placed. Auto industries also adopted it, but in a careful way, that is, it was very limited in the beginning, but afterwards it got expanded. And these days the online forms of many products can target and individually customize the consumers' orders. Now we have online shopping, and online information is collected. Even when we search on Google, the information is gathered by the search engines, and we get the advertisement of the goods that we have searched on Google. So this digital environment has made it a kind of environment where customized marketing is now possible. That is, the advertisements are shown to those people of those goods that they were searching for. So in this way we can develop the information regarding the consumer demand without using the regression, out of which this was the first method and this was the other method. These were the two techniques. Thank you.